let's start up on hands and knees in tabletop. Make sure the knees are right underneath your hips, toes track directly behind, and the wrists are right underneath your shoulders, fingers spread. We'll take a few rounds of cow and cat to get warmed up and get the spine moving. So on your inhale, lift the head and tail. As you exhale, engage the abdominals, curl the spine into cat. Inhale, lifting the head and tail, arching into cow. Exhale, curl into cat. Let's take one more round. Inhaling, lifting the head and tail. Exhale, curl. On your inhale, come back to a nice neutral spine. As you exhale, we're going to take a side bend here, squeezing the right side so your armpit and your hip come together. Inhale, come back through neutral. Exhale, squeeze to the left. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, squeeze to the right. Now we're looking for a stretch on the opposite side of the waistline. Yeah? Inhale through center. Exhale to the left. Last time through. Inhale through center. Exhale to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale to the left. Good. Inhale, come back to a neutral spine. Exhale where you need. Go ahead and walk the knees forward and come to a seated position. We're going to take cow face pose. We're going to take the right leg over the left. So take the left foot, bring it underneath so that the heel is relatively close to the opposite hip. Other leg stacks on top, right knee over the left. Now flex the ankles here. This will help them feel better so that the bones aren't poking into the ground. Sitting up nice and tall. You can use props here if your hips don't have that much outwardly rotation. Then we're going to take the left arm up in the air. Right arm will come underneath and behind, and we're looking to hook the fingers. If they don't hook, use something in your top hand, a shirt, a yoga strap, whatever you might have. Let it drop behind you and grab it with the other hand. Once you find that connection, lift the head, and that top arm, squeeze it towards your head. Sit up nice and tall. Let the hips kind of relax here if you can. And just breathe, letting the hips open up. Now, if you would like some more intensity here in the hips, start to hinge forward. This isn't a curl in the spine, but it's a nice straight spine hinging forward. And you may feel more sensation through that top hip. Take one more big breath here. If you're hinged forward, then gently come back up to vertical. Exhale, release the hands, and we're going to take seated pigeon pose, getting a little deeper into those hips. So bring the hands behind you. Release the legs so that the left foot is flat on the mat. Right ankle stays crossed over the other leg. Flex the foot and sit up nice and tall against it. So this really does get a little deeper into that right hip. Now, if you do need more intensity here, you can scoot the hips closer to the heel. And don't worry about the direction of the wrists behind you, however it's comfortable. Sit up nice and tall against the legs and let your shoulders move away from the ears. Just breathe here. Take one more nice deep breath. If the hips are close to the heel, scoop back just a little bit. Straighten out the bottom leg. And let's take that top foot and bring it flat onto the mat. We want the heel in line with the sit bone. Take the fist and measure between the foot and the inner thigh. That's how much space we want between those two body parts. The other hand comes behind you as close to the hip as you can manage. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Allow the opposite arm to reach up. Then exhale, twist. And either hug the arm or tuck the elbow, whatever your shoulder is happy with. And rotate all the way around. Make sure that straight leg has energy in it, heel down, toes up. And just breathe here. Enjoy the twist. On your next inhale, let the eyes come to the front. Exhale, gently release the twist, and you can let that leg come out straight in front of you for Paschimottanasana, our seated forward fold. So legs are hip width apart, heels down, toes up. We still want a little bit of energy there. Sitting up nice and tall through the spine. As you exhale, hinge forward. So again, a nice straight spine. And walk the hands down the legs. Let them rest wherever you can reach. So if it's in the lower leg, if the ankle, the feet, the toes, wherever you can reach is fine. We want a nice healthy stretch through the backs of the legs. We're trying to avoid the lower back here, but you may still feel some sensation. And that's okay, as long as it's not pain. Let's just breathe in this stretch. Good. Take one more nice deep breath here. And slowly come back up to vertical. And if you need to, give the legs a little bit of a shake, a little wobble to release them out. Good. So let's take the second side now. So on this second side, you're going to take the right leg underneath, cross to the opposite hip. Allow the left leg to stack on top of the right. Ideally, we want the knees right on top of each other, but it doesn't happen today. It's totally okay. Flex the ankles and sit up nice and tall. Allow your hips to kind of settle into the position, and then inhale your right arm up, left arm underneath, and see if you can find the finger connection. Use the props if you need to. Sometimes you need to help that bottom arm underneath. It's all good. Once you find that connection, lift the head and squeeze the top arm to your ear. And just breathe. On your inhale, come all the way up to vertical. If you have hinged forward, exhale gently, release the hands, let the shoulders relax for a hot second, and we'll move into seated pigeon. So bring the hands behind you, shift your weight onto your sacrum. The bottom foot now comes flat onto the mat in line with your sit bone, and you can open this top leg up a little bit so the ankle is resting on the thigh. Sit up nice and tall and adjust your hips to whatever distance they need to be from that flat foot on the mat. And just breathe here, allowing that left hip to open up. Shoulders are away from the ears. Enjoy the opening of the hips. Take one more nice deep breath. Gently release the bottom leg out. And we're going to take that top leg, bring the foot flat onto the mat so it's in line with the same side sit bone. Fist width apart from the inner leg. Left hand behind you, as close as you can manage it. Inhale the opposite arm up. Exhale, twist towards the bent leg. Either hug or tuck, whatever your shoulder is good with. We'll stay in this twist for a few breaths, allowing the spine to open up, the hips to open up. Let's make sure that straight leg has energy in it. Heel down, toes up. Good. On your inhale, bring the eyes to the front. Exhale, gently release the twist. Let that leg straighten out. We'll take Paschimottanasana again. Sitting up nice and tall, really feel those sit bones in the mat. As you exhale, walk the hands forward, wherever they might reach. Shoulders roll back, nice long spine, and breathe. On your next inhale, bring yourself up through vertical. Exhale where you need to. And find a comfortable seated position. So instead of Shavasana, laying flat on the mat, you can come to whatever seated position you like, or sit in a chair if that's more comfortable for you. And either bring your hands to prayer in front of the heart, or one hand on your heart and one on your belly. Let your eyes close. Just focus in on your breath. We'll take a few moments here and check in with how you feel after this practice. How do you feel physically, mentally, emotionally, energetically, and spiritually? Now take a few moments for some gratitude, something you're thankful for in this moment, and give yourself a few reasons why. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste. Avoiding going upside down in your yoga classes? Tired and frustrated of sitting on the sidelines where everyone else gets their yoga fix? If you've lost your zest for yoga because going upside down gets in the way, you're not alone. Avoid common mistakes that are made when staying head over heart to accelerate your transformation. Click the link in the comments to learn more and to get my free guide on how to modify common poses.